Welcome back to The Focus. Today we're going to be returning to the Applied Physiology Lab to speak with Dr. Berekhet Falk. Her research collaboration with Dr. Nota Klencheru places this research duo among the most recognized in Ontario. So why don't we stop wasting time? Let's get back to the lab. Berekhet, can you tell me a little bit about your most current research?
Absolutely. We're actually involved in two directions of study, both of which have to do with the effect of exercise on growing children. So one direction is how does growth, maturation, and exercise affect the way that muscles function? And the other direction is how does growth and exercise affect the way that bones develop? And actually the two of them are quite connected. The Brock Active Muscle study, which is, we call it the BAM study. The BAM study. Really, its essence is looking at the way that muscle function changes with growth and development. We know that children are not as strong as adults, of course. I mean, they're smaller. But even if we take size into account, they're still not as strong as adults, which means there's got to be something else to it. And that something else is really how are muscles activated? How do they function? And that's what we're trying to look at. How does that change with growth and development, but also how do specific types of exercises or training, physical training, how does that affect the way that muscle functions in children? We know it affects it in adults, but we think that in children this is different. So that's one direction. The other direction is looking at the way that exercise can affect growing bones. Now we know that bone content, bone strength increases as we grow. We know that exercise affects the way that bone strength increases as we grow. We also know that once we are grown up, it's downhill after that. In other words, we have to put bone in the bank during our growing years. That's our window of opportunity. And so there are different ways of doing that. Then there are different implications for that. And we're looking at that from different directions. One of the studies that is happening right now that is very interesting and actually has an applied implication of this, I think it's a very exciting study, but I have to say from the start that it's not my idea. I don't want to take credit for it, but really the person who does deserve the credit is Alan Rigby from Niagara Prosthetics and Orthotics here. And we have a joint project here, which is a really nice thing that's happening. And the thought behind it is that scoliosis, girls that have scoliosis, usually scoliosis affects girls in their teenage years, some of them are braced. In other words, they wear a very rigid brace, which is supposed to prevent any further curvature of the spine. The braces do a pretty good job at that, but because they're so rigid, what we think is that they prevent activity, they also prevent movement, they prevent muscle action in the core, affecting their spine bones, but also probably the rest of the body. So we think that just being braced actually affects bone mineral density or bone strength, not in a good way, and putting them at risk for later osteoporosis. And really that's what we're trying to find out. Does bracing during adolescence in scoliosis patients, does that put them at added risk for osteoporosis later in life?
So obviously I wouldn't qualify to be a participant in this, but who are you looking for?
Yeah, you don't. So, sorry. But we are looking for young women between the ages of 18 and 30, otherwise healthy, who have had or have scoliosis and had a brace during their growing years. And they are more than welcome to contact us, and they do get some honorary remuneration, but more than that, they get very important information about their bone health. So we look forward to hearing from these participants.
All right, I'm here with Glenn Jenkins. Can you tell me what program you're in and a little bit about it?
Yeah, I'm in the Master's of Science Kinesiology and the Faculty of Applied Health Science. So basically we study movement of the human body and kind of anything to do with human strength performance.
Can you tell me a little bit about how you use the Biodex in relation to your research?
Well, my research is looking at children's muscles and how they change with growth, muscle strength, and performance. So this machine helps me measure exactly how strong the children are and kind of how they activate their muscles to see if they activate their muscles differently than adults or maybe late pubertal children. Most of the training and everything happens outside the lab. Inside this lab is where we kind of do the testing of how strong they've gotten, maybe different measures, and so we can use a machine like the Biodex here, which doesn't really use per se like weights and resistance, but it uses kind of the electronic resistance, so we can do isometric or isokinetic movements.
Can you tell me a little bit about your supervisor and how they've influenced your work that you're doing here?
Well, my supervisor is Dr. Berekit Falk. She does a lot of work with children, looking at strength and performance, and also looking at how exercise affects children with different conditions, such as cystic fibrosis. And I found it really interesting, maybe working with children in a clinical setting like she did, so I thought it'd be really nice to get the chance to work with her.
That's all the time we have for today. But if you're interested in learning about more research going on in the Faculty of Applied Health Sciences, you can find us at... I'm Mike Armstrong, and you are now Out of Focus.